Payen, Executive Vice President, Customer Experience, In-Flight and Ground Services of Air Mauritius.
Welcome to the World Travel Market 2013.
Thank you very much.
So tell me, what's been happening in 2013?
Well, 2013 has been a transition year for Air Mauritius, where we've been putting in place our transformation program. This is a program that we started last year. It's a 5-year program, which is meant to get the airline back on track after some very difficult years, especially in some of our markets. We were up until last year very focused on Europe. We had to rebalance growth to the Indian Ocean Rim region, and also to the emerging markets of South Africa, India and China. This is in terms of markets. We also, during 2013, worked very hard on product and service. We enlisted the support of Ron Kaufman and his Up Your Service organization from Singapore, who worked with famous international brands before, to uplift our service. And we consisted first of all of an education program, a 2-day course, Achieving Superior Service, which we got our 2,900 team members through, from CEO down to the shop floor, to engage the customer and to engage into a high-level customer service, working on the premise that in terms of service, you are like on an escalator which is going down. Unless you step up, there's no way you're going to stay on track and stay on course. And your customers' needs and wants evolving all the time, it was important that we recognize throughout the organization that it was important to step up service. And then lastly, and as importantly, we've got a new airport in Mauritius. We're very proud of that new airport, which opened on the 12th of September. The transition from the old terminal to the new terminal was done overnight without hitch, with a couple of teething problems, but overall it was a very successful transition, and we pride ourselves today to have probably the best airport of the Indian Ocean, and also one of the best airports in Africa. And within that airport, Air Mauritius has opened a much bigger lounge, which is almost 3 times the size of the lounge that we had in the old terminal, branded according to the values of the airline, which is Mauritianness, and it's been a very successful launch as well. So the feedback at this point in time on this airport and our lounge is fantastic from our customers.
And do you think price is still the most important factor for a passenger when deciding which airline to fly with?
You see, Mauritius is far away from most of its markets, except for a few markets, and therefore it's not cheap to come to Mauritius, because you've got the airline aspect, but you've also got the destination aspect, because it's an airline, it's a hotel, it's a transfer, it's all you spend, and it's not cheap. But there is a customer base for this, and there is some exclusivity in the destination, even if over the years we've tried to appeal to as many segment of the customer base as possible. So it is not cheap, and it's a question of value. It's a question of value. I think what we've engaged in Mauritius over the years is to ensure that our customers feel that they get value. And value is in the eyes of the beholder. And it's a mixture of a lot of things. This is what we've engaged into, Mauritius and Air Mauritius.
And how do you think airlines can contribute to the protection of the environment?
Well, for a small island like Mauritius, protecting the environment is key. And it is one of our main attributes for the destination, because the air you breathe, the overall island attributes are based on keeping the environment as clean as possible. Airlines, contribute less than 3% of the world emissions, but it's 3% too much. And over and above contributing to the Industries Association, IATA's objectives in terms of environment protection, Air Mauritius has worked symbolically, but also strategically towards protection of the environment. We've got a program which is one takeoff, one tree. And that program is for each takeoff of an Air Mauritius aircraft, we plant an endemic tree in Mauritius and Rodrigues. And this has provided Mauritius with approximately 6,000 trees every year. The second aspect is fuel consumption. And by a fuel management program, we reduce fuel consumption. And we really then send less emissions. And we're very serious about it to the extent that we've got a full team now looking at fuel conservation at Air Mauritius.
That's good to hear. And tell me, how are events like the World Travel Market useful for Air Mauritius?
Listen, on the commercial side, my colleagues at commercial are always busy at World Travel Market and at fairs in general, because this is a unique opportunity where you meet people, stakeholders of our product. And they come not only from the UK but worldwide, and it is an opportunity to update them with the initiatives that we've taken, update them on the product and services that we offer, update them on the way we are tackling quite a few issues in terms of destination marketing, and also work with them and how we can support them to work better in promoting our destination. And we find this extremely useful because we've got everybody under one roof, and it is extremely productive for us.
And then, are there any other messages you'd like to share with our viewers?
Well, Mauritius remains a destination to reckon with. As I mentioned, we've rebalanced growth during the past 2 years. We started Beijing this year. We now have 2 flights to Shanghai as from the beginning of this year. So we're rebalancing growth, 3 flights to Perth, we're rebalancing to India, we're rebalancing to South Africa. So there is a lot more of opportunities now for growth worldwide that we are seeing. And Europe, after a difficult phase, we find is getting back into a stabilization. And this is probably one of the best news, that we are getting back into a stage where we'll see growth in Europe, which is a main market for Mauritius. So Mauritius is a destination to reckon with. It's appealing to most markets, and it's really offering quite a lot of things that is on offer in many destinations which specialize in one little thing. In Mauritius, it is a mix of everything, and it is after all one of the most important attributes, and this added to the legendary Mauritian hospitality is something that we look forward to preserving, because in fact in Mauritius we do love welcoming people.
Thank you very much for talking with Breaking Travel News.
You're very much welcome.